welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm here, the Iceman Jeff Trunapole, and as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of some of the best barbecuing around. Corey Dillon even backed me up, but check it out. Midwest best, baby. They got Uno wings, they got G-Funk, they got CTB wings, they got delicious chili. Dude, it is awesome. Go check out Midwest Best. If you have not checked out Midwest Best, I highly, highly recommend it. What's up to everybody who's checking out the show? Please, if you're watching, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscription button, share it out. I'd appreciate it. I'm live streaming on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, and I'm also, if you're listening on the podcast, what's up? It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. What is going on, everybody? I am Strawberry Ice, and I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know, we hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. We got the hats, we got the hoodies, we got all kinds of stuff there. A portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund and Joe Burrow Foundation, so make sure you check that out. I would greatly appreciate it. What is up to everybody in the chat who's joining me early? Brad's in there, Johnny Pat's in there, Jerome's in there, and T. Brookie's in there. What is going on now? I know it's early, and when you got a guy like Paul Dehner Jr., who's a very busy man, and is very limited time, you go when he has time to come on. So Paul said, let's do it at noon. I said, all right, here's Paul Dehner. What's up, Paul?
What's going on, Ice? How are we doing, buddy?
Good, man. Long time no see. It's been a little while. I haven't seen you down at practice. Well, because I haven't been down there. That's probably why.
Well, they haven't been practicing, so it's good. It's worked out best for both of us.
Exactly. All right, let's get to the guy who's usually on my show Mondays, but he had an appointment. He couldn't make it, so he said, I'll come on today. And I'm like, well, it's at noon, and Paul Dehner's going to be on. He goes, that's fine. I'll come on. And then now he's upset at me because like really early in the morning he's kind of grumpy. But here's Corey Dillon. What's up, Corey?
Yo, what's good, fellas? What's good?
What's up, Corey?
Hey, nothing much, man. Nothing much.
How's
I'm
it
up.
Too early for you out there, man.
Yeah, man. I'm usually still calling forest animals right now, so I'm here though.
Hey, I appreciate it though. By the way, Paul, have you seen my cool picture I got here? So some guy made that and signed that for me and sent it to me.
Man, what jackass did you
I don't know. Some asshole did that, man. I showed up at my house. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? No, dude, no. Honestly, Corey, this is cool as hell, and I didn't tell you this yesterday, but I appreciate it, man. I know.
Hey, no problem, my guy.
I got one. Chop got one. Cap got one. Greg got one. Matty got one. So
yeah.
Anyway, and look, I'm even wearing your shirt. See, this is the shirt. Paul was wearing.
Is that the shirt? Is that the shirt with the numbers that need to be known on the back?
Yep, that's the shirt.
Hey, hey, it was missing my birthday, my blood type. We'll put that on the next one, man.
Yeah, exactly. And T. Brooke here's got a comment for you there, Paul. Says Paul Dehner is the only reason I subscribe to The Athletic. There you go.
Yes, thank you. We love you.
All right. So I kind of titled this show, what do the Bengals need to do? What moves do they need to make to be in the Super Bowl 1 year from now? I know you did a spreadsheet on your show last week, Paul. And for me, I mean, it's the two biggest needs, right tackle and defensive tackle. And that's where they got to – I think that's where they got to start at to begin with.
Yeah. I don't disagree there. I mean, I think you've got to be thinking about the trenches. They've got to be more dynamic in rushing the passer up the middle. I mean, Hendrickson off the edge is who he is. He's a Pro Bowler. They know what they are. They've got waves there for the future. Miles Murphy started to show that he could be a dude. You still got Hubbard. You've got plenty there. They just have lacked the depth to come in waves on the inside, and obviously with Reeder being gone. That's what look around, look around the league. Look at the teams they play. Look at the teams they'll see at the end. Jeffrey Simmons, Aaron Donald. Look at the teams playing this weekend and what they have up the middle. Chris Jones, like you got to have it. And they don't really have that right now. And they don't just need one, they need multiple. So that needs to be
two. Free
agency, draft picks. It needs to be fire all cannons at interior defensive line for me.
Exactly. And Corey, you know, being a running back, how hard it is to run against a solid front four. What I mean that's the basis of your run defense right there.
Yeah, man. Dude, a weak front four, man. I love it. Let me see it. It's gonna be a long day for them, but yeah, I agree, man. They can. There's a couple positions they could upgrade and get better at, but hey, the biggest thing to me is, man, keeping your core people, man, and hopefully they can come to some kind of resolution with Higgins, man, because I think that's a big important piece to them getting to the Super Bowl and actually winning it.
Exactly. Now the other thing is I think they need to address is running back. Is I don't know if they're going to keep Mixon back. There's a lot of talk that he either got to take a pay cut or they might just cut him outright, which was a lot of talk last year. Either way, I think guys they got to add to that running back room. Because Corey, we kind of talked about this on the show.
Wow.
The fire and ice and you need the explosive plays more in the running game than we've gotten this year.
Oh man, that's a shitty deal, dude. Wow. I mean, you know what? The league done messed that position so badly messed it up, man. It's just like, dude, it's almost a given where it's in the mind of organizations where you got to do it by committee now. So if somebody's not actually producing and you don't have like 3 running backs that you could switch in and out and be productive, man, they look at the starting guy and be like, you know what, maybe we can get better. I don't think that's the case here, man. I think he's still got a lot left in his tank and he's productive. So hopefully they could find a solution, man. But you know what? We're in a whole totally different generation, man. These guys want their bag. They want their money. They want to be somewhere where, you know what, they could be compensated for their skill set. So, dude, I hope he stay. But at the end of the day, man, we got to all break it down and think rational. It's a business and shit happens. So we see what they do. We see what they do. But like I said, man, I think it's more important to keep your core guys together and make another run at it than, switching unknown pieces you don't know nothing about. So, I mean, we'll see.
Corey, you were the end of an era in a lot of ways. I don't know that we're going to see anybody cross your 11,241. Like there's just the way teams use them and burn through them and discard them now is just the way that it moves. And they just feel like I'll just go get another one in the draft. And no matter how productive the past is, there's just teams are just not willing. You have to be insanely rare, and I don't know that we have anybody in the league right now really that you would point to and say teams are going to be willing to take to that level and see if they can keep doing it, even if they are still doing it. And that's the crazy thing.
And Paul, you're totally right, man. That's where what I'm saying, man. The league just went somewhere totally different, man. It's running back by committee or nothing. So yeah, and you're right, man. It's you will not see another one back situation in this league again. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think we're seeing the kind of the last of it with Derrick Henry. Yeah. So to say.
Yep. Saquon's the one that comes to my mind right now because he's the one that's trying to get to stay there. But I don't know if the Giants are going to extend him or not. I mean,
and that's a shame. This dude Saquon is nice, and they're trying to, and he's on the blocks. Mm-hmm. So, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hopefully. Running backs will come back in style.
Well, the importance of the running game and efficiency in it hasn't gone away. In so many ways, the fact that you've seen, it goes against those guys that are older and have done it because so many young backs that are picked in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round are coming in and blowing up. And it's like when teams know that they can get that, they're not willing to go pay for even if it's just a little bit better. But it be with a proven guy, and it ends up everybody just goes down that road into that cycle, and you end up with guys like Saquon who have plenty of talent, who have to figure out where they're going to go, and he's not alone.
Yeah, I agree, man. Damn, I never thought I'd say this, man, but yeah, man.
But that's it. That's the passing league. But you know what? If you get the right guy, Corey, look at Christian McCaffrey. Right, like you get the right guy that fits your offense that can take your offense to the next level. I mean, San Francisco hasn't looked back since they traded from McCaffrey. And people thought at that time, like, I don't know, he makes a lot of money, he's got an injury history.
Right.
Well, it's proven to be worth everything that they did, because if you get the right guy, it can set off the rest of your whole offense. You just have to be willing to do that.
Well, that's one thing I noticed about Chase Brown, and I know it's a very small sample size, but the explosiveness of him getting up to 22 miles an hour, that is the type of running back I think fits this offense a little better than what Mixon does. But, I mean, I liked the Thunder and Lightning, though. I liked where Mixon was going straight forward, and I think that helped out. But I do think, because I think we need more explosiveness in this running game, explosive play. That's what they're looking for, I think.
It is. I mean, they have made that apparent. I mean, towards the end of the season, everything we've heard, and they really said the same things last year. They need more explosiveness out of the running game. I feel like what Mixon sort of became was the no negatives, keep you on schedule, get you 4, right? And there was value in that, and they placed value in that. But what they need to take the offense a little bit more to the next level for the way they envision it with Burrow is you can get somebody like Brown that can break something longer. And you saw a little more of that juice when he came in there. And that doesn't mean if you're keeping Mixon, you're not doing both, but it's more of a split. You know what I mean? It's probably more of a split than you were seeing before, and leaning into that. Or they go another direction where they bring somebody else in for cheaper to do what Mixon has done.
Well, that's the other thing that hurts. Well, I don't know if it hurts Mixon, but it'll be. Well, Corey, I'll ask you this. How hard would it be? I know you never got
I didn't have those problems, brother.
Right, I know you didn't have, but you to take less snaps.
Wasn't an issue for Corey.
Right, what an issue for Corey.
Turn on the tape.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like you're not only asking him last year to take less money, and you're most likely probably asking him to take less money this year if he stays, and less snaps. I mean, dude, that's you got to really want to be here to do all that,
And this is what I'm saying, man. It's a business, man. At the end of the day, man, that's where you got to take your feelings out of it, and you got to seek what's best for you at the end of the day. So if he really wants to be there, he'll be there. And if he, feels like, he wanted to have an opportunity somewhere else and make a little bit more money, then he'll leave. But I'm just saying the opportunity for getting to a championship is right there. I don't see a better team out there where you gotta go get paid and have opportunity to go to a Super Bowl. So it's a tough choice.
Corey, I'd be curious your take on this, because let's play this out and say that they let go of Mixon before his bonus hits, his roster bonus hits in March. Let's just say they did that and they moved on from him. Could you imagine a scenario where he's then willing to come back to Cincinnati and say, all right, I know you guys cut me. He hits the market, doesn't feel like there's anything, or the money's the same. And the Bengals are like, hey, you can come back here for X amounts on the dollar, $2 million or something. Like, as a player, I don't know that I'm there for that. You know what I mean? I don't know that I'm there for any of that. And I don't think I know you wouldn't be.
Paul, I don't think that's going down with him.
Or anybody, right?
Corey, I can tell you, Corey would be out. He'd be like, deuces.
No question.
Hey, man, I'd be like, fucking keep it all, man. I'm gone.
Exactly.
No, yeah, man. It breaks down to pride and, and what you done for the organization, man. Sometimes you mix that with the business aspect of it, man. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to take a step back, man, and look at the business side of it, not emotionally, and figure out what's best for you at that point in time. So to me, I can't speak for the man. He's his own man, his own individual. I'm just saying on the outside looking in, I don't see a better situation for him than the Bengals. So
I gotta say that same thing with T. Higgins. I mean,
right,
and because Hush, I think you told me this, Corey, that Hush regretted leaving Cincinnati because when he left, 2 more years, 3 years, he was out of the league. And that's the thing, that wide receivers, they got to have somebody to throw them the ball, and he's got a connection already with Burrow. That's when and I'm like, yeah, you can get all the money you want in the world, but if you go just say he goes to Tennessee, yeah, he's got his old offense coordinator, but who's throwing him the ball? And then, he had his hometown team, but if he has a down year, then people might be like sour. I'm like, oh, well, maybe T's not a number one guy. Maybe he's not this. And the NFL, it's not for long. They can cut you. That's where, when it comes to T, that's where I'm like, I'm hoping he's thinking about his longevity of his career, not just, I'll get this big bunch of money. Unless it's guaranteed, there's no guarantee you're going to get all that. If you actually sign a contract with Cincinnati, Paul, you can attest to this. Most of the time, and Corey, you can too. Most of the time, you play out your contract here. They don't cut you.
Right. I mean, you know what? A word of advice to these young guys, man. We're in a society where it's money driven, and everybody wants their cut, their bag, man. I would tell you this, man. And I know it's kind of easy for me to say I'm done. I've been there, done that, right? Mm-hmm. Dude, there's some stuff that's more valuable than getting that bag. And that's actually being in a situation where you can actually win a fucking Super Bowl. There's not enough money out there where I would take myself out of a situation where possibly I had that opportunity of winning the Super Bowl and going somewhere else for some fucking money, dude. Fuck that. That's not going to happen. And that's just me.
And let me tell you what, I'll use a perfect example for this weekend. Let's talk about Travis Kelce, okay? Mm-hmm. Travis Kelce is underpaid beyond belief, okay? Oh, yeah. He took less to stay in Kansas City because he knew his star shining with Mahomes would be worth not just playing in Super Bowls, but the real bag, which is the stuff that he has gotten since he's been there. He's got more money from the commercials he's done, whether we're talking about Pfizer or anything else that he's done. He made $22 million or whatever off that. That's nowhere near the money that he's made as a player because he took less, but he kept himself in the spotlight. He kept himself in Super Bowls. He kept himself next to Patrick Mahomes. And that, when you're a star and you're catching the ball, is worth more. And now he's dating damn Taylor Swift. So you tell me.
I'm about to say that, Paul. I ain't got Taylor Swift.
You tell me how it's worked out, okay? Like, you can have it all.
Right.
Stay in the spotlight. There's so much money in the periphery of the NFL. It's not all about the bag that's in your actual bank account all the time. If you keep yourself in the spotlight, that part won't go away.
You think Tyreek Hill regrets leaving? I mean, he got a lot of money. I mean,
I think he do. I think he do. In hindsight, he does. I mean, like I said, man, that money at the end of the day, when you're done, it don't compensate them wins in them Super Bowls, man. So if that brother's content on winning one, well, shit, happy for him. And hey, he was willing to move on and do something different. But hey, he would be sitting on possibly 3 now.
Yeah. Well, one thing we can roll that to your career and how hard we're fighting to try to get you into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
If the Bengals were better then and you'd been to the playoff multiple times, went to 2 or 3 Super Bowls, won them, you'd already be in the Hall of Fame.
We're just talking to Hall of Famer Corey Dillon at that point.
Exactly.
Hey man, let me drop a gem on you guys real quick. If the Bengals was constructed back then how they are now, it wouldn't be no shit talking. I probably wouldn't have left. It probably, you know what I mean? So,
right. Yep.
Do the math on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's just it is as simple as that fact right there. Yeah. No more, no less. So, yeah, man, it boils down in this game, man. It's about winning and losing. You know what I mean? So, my mind was always fixated on winning the championship. That shit was burnt in my mind when I was little, dude. Like winning the Super Bowl. So I was fixated on trying to accomplish that. But at the end of the day, man, if I had the Joe Burrows and all this, the luxury, bro, it wouldn't be no gripes.
No.
None whatsoever. So that's the reality of it.
Paul, you say you got 20 minutes. You got to get going, or you stick around a little while?
Look, I can hang out for another 10. Let's keep going. Keep going.
All right, cool.
Good.
All right,
man, and you're on with me, Paul, so fuck it.
That's why I said, Corey's here. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm here.
I should have Corey on like every week. Oh, wait. I do.
You do. Exactly.
Every week. That ain't going to fly, bro.
I mean, I'm glad that you brought that point up, Corey, about like the point is, it's like it wasn't never about the numbers. It was about you're trying to win.
Yes.
Like, and just because you're the one, you certainly weren't the only one during that era that was calling it out. And it's like, look, everybody knows that the problem here is you're not winning because of A, B, and C here. You can look around the rest of the league and see it. There's no need to say anything if things are being done even close to remotely like the rest of the league was. And that's the unfortunate thing for so many guys that were a part of those teams that were super talented for you guys. Even, when we talk about you and Willie and like so many guys that were on that team that are fighting the good fight now because of the massive 8 ball that y'all were behind for, all those years.
And hopefully we'll be finding out if Willie gets in this week.
Yeah. Knock on wood on that one.
I hope so. If he doesn't get in, I'm going to be extremely pissed. I will tell you that right now. If he does that, there's absolutely no freaking reason why he shouldn't already be in there, and there's no reason he shouldn't be in this year. Because Joe Thomas. So don't give me this crap about but Willie was on a losing team. Joe Thomas played on the shitty Browns. They didn't win a damn thing, and he got in there first time. So don't give me this. That part ticks me off, Paul. That doesn't make any sense.
I played with Will, man. I played with Will many years, bro. This guy did everything the right way. He's a good dude. His career speaks for itself, and it'll be real effed up if you don't get up in there, man. It's obvious something is wrong with the process of things, because I don't get why they would leave him off. Period.
Because it's broken. Because the system's broken and it's been broken. I mean, this has been my issue since day one. When you have the same 50 voters for decades, you end up with the same biases, the same people they talk to, the same agendas of who they're trying to shove through. And the Bengals have never been a part of that. And that's how you end up with such discrepancies as the Steelers, despite as successful as the Steelers were and as many Super Bowls as they won. There's just no way that there's a discrepancy of 27 players versus 2, right? That's just not possible. And when you have the voting system set up the way it is, this is what happens. You end up without the representation that you should have. And this has been my problem with the hall and the way it's done for years. There's no easy way to do this stuff. Like people's feelings get hurt, but you do have to have more flexibility in who's voting. Like, look at baseball, right? If you've been covering the game for 10 years and you've been a member of whatever, you get a vote and you end up with tons of people that are voting. There's so many qualified people that know this game so well that have never had the opportunity to vote for the Hall of Fame, but yet you have people that have really been almost disconnected from it for 15 years or more that are the ones holding all the power still. And that's a travesty. And that's how you end up with, old thought and no one really realizing the difference of where the real players were and the true people that belong and the biases that have come along with it. I've done this rant so many times I could do it in my sleep.
Me too.
I get so sick of it.
Yes.
But it's true, and it's why Corey's not in the hall. It's the only reason Corey's not.
The only reason he's not in. Yeah, I mean, it's only he's not in. The only reason Ken Anderson, because the other one that pisses me off, Ken Anderson. Why the hell? Yeah. Why is the Chargers? I always forget his freaking
Dan Fouts.
Why the hell is he in there? Don't sit there and say, well, you got to win a Super Bowl. Dan Fouts never went to a freaking Super Bowl. And he's got in there a long way before Ken Anderson. Ken Anderson's still not in there. I mean, so it's like I said, I was like, did the Browns do something to piss somebody off? Like, is it something? Did they got something against the Brown family or something? That's the only thing I can think of, because there's no reason those guys shouldn't be there. Ken Bradley had to die to get in, which is ridiculous. These guys, he wants to see himself get in there, I want to see him get in there when he's alive,
Hey, listen, bro, I'll raise up out my casket. I'm going to get that.
You're like the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I rolled back.
I'll come back for that. Don't even
worry. Hey, by the way, Matty says he thank you for the canvas, too. He loves this picture, too.
Oh, man, no problem, man. No problem whatsoever.
And Paul, Matty wants me to invite you to the Jackpot Joey golf outing.
Let's go.
May
You don't have to
19th.
tell me twice. You don't
So
have to tell me twice to go golfing. Let's go.
I'll DM you the information and
Man,
you
Paul,
come.
that was interesting. You said that, man. It shed some light on some stuff for me, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it's unfortunate because you end up because it's like I can trot every year. I trot your numbers out and we sell them and point out that there's only 2 people that aren't in the hall. I'll just say it because I say it every time I talk to you and every time I'm ever in front of a microphone talking about your case. There are 10 players in the history of the NFL Super Bowl era, 10 running backs that have ever averaged 4.3 yards per carry, 70 plus yards per game, and had over 10,000 yards for the career. That's game to game. That's carry to carry. That's longevity. It checks every single box. And all of them are in the Hall of Fame except for you and Fred Taylor. And somehow Fred Taylor's in the conversation now and you're not, which someone's going to have to explain to me because you also had the most dominant single season by a team that won a championship when you take your New England year into it too, which is crazy. When you won the Super Bowl, 1,635 yards, 109 per game, the only other running backs in history to put up those numbers in a championship season were Terrell Davis and Emmitt Smith.
Okay,
That's it. The end of list. Combine those 2 things and someone explain this to me.
Terrell Davis is in the Hall of Fame for 2 seasons.
And Terrell Davis got in solely on the back of those 2 seasons.
Yep, that's it. He
doesn't have any of the other stuff.
Right.
And that I didn't even mention the Broncos game or the Oilers game. I'm not even touching on that stuff.
The NFL record games.
Right. I'm not even talking about that.
You don't have to. There's so much other stuff. You can throw those in. Oh, by the way, he did this too. Go ahead, Corey.
Well, Paul, man, you're the official president.
I am every year. You know,
Well,
me and Jeff Hobson.
Dillon, because hey, what you just said about Terrell Davis and Emmitt Smith, that shit I didn't know. So
that's it. There you go. I tell them every time. The good news is the voters do know this now because Jeff Hobson and I get together, and he knows I am the resident Corey Dillon for Hall of Fame expert. So every time it's time to plead the case, he says, send me those numbers again. I always send them to him every year. They go in front of, we send them out. But again, it lands on the desks of people with agendas already, and it never ends up fully into the conversation. The crazy part to me is that we're sitting here and they're actually like, Fred Taylor's been in the conversation now. And this is not disrespect to Fred, who was a great player and had great numbers, but the 2 of you are the only people with numbers remotely in this area, and you have multiple other prongs on top of stuff that he has. And it's like, I'm not saying put him in tomorrow. How is this not in the conversation? Like that's just banana stuff to me. So Paul, I never understand it.
Do you think the Ring of Honor stuff actually helps in that? Because that's where I was saying. It's like we didn't get people because we didn't honor our own players. Now that we are, I feel that it's helping. At least it gets their names out there. Do you think that is actually helping?
I think it does. I think when you don't have something to reference like that, and you can't. You know, when it's Monday Night Football, they cut away and show the guy putting the jacket on, and then you can kind of rethink their careers. People see that stuff, and those are the voters that see that stuff. Right. And remember, and it's just when you can't even point to that as an organization, it's like, well, if they're not trying, why should the voters try to have that conversation? So I don't think it's the be all end all at all. I mean, I think it's nice. I would hope that guys are better than that in looking beyond just a Ring of Honor, but I certainly don't think it hurts at all. And Corey, I know you've talked, and it means a lot to the player. Like, okay, there is a next level. Like, not everyone's going to the Hall of Fame. There is something about people just want to be able to have that moment where they feel appreciated and they can have their friends back together and do it all before it ends up like Ken Riley, which was the true travesty of the entire Ken Riley situation, was that he should have had that weekend in Cincinnati, even if the Hall of Fame didn't choose to do it well before it came to that. And that's what nobody wants to see happen to anybody else that's deserving.
Exactly. Well said, my man. Well said.
I've done it before. I've done this speech.
We are. I'm calling my shot now. Corey's getting in next year. That's just
No,
I
I
think he's
think
in
that
next year.
I think it's a clear vote next year, in that respect. But you never, but
You
again,
never know.
You never know. But
you never know. But it's also there's a lot of guys that are
Deserving.
because it's been when you have a
we
backlog
waited too damn long.
when you have an entire
Hey.
50-year backlog,
Right.
like it becomes hard. I mean, you shouldn't have to be comparing across eras great
Yeah,
players.
and I'm getting a little bit older. I'm tired of cussing and fussing.
I don't know about that. I love it.
So
I
I say
don't think I can take another year cussing and fussing.
Put him in so he doesn't have to cuss anymore. Damn it!
Please do.
please do. Exactly. So Corey, I like you. You're awake now. You're starting to wake up. It's early in the morning there.
Oh, I'm up, man. I'm up. I'm alert.
Alert and ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
All right. So let's we talked about the Ring of Honor, talked the Hall of Fame. We can talk about the Super Bowl here, and it's two teams that I hate. I don't like either one of the teams. I call the 49ers sucky Niners. I call the Chiefs the Queefs. But I think I get the 49ers, or the Chiefs are going to make me root for the 49ers. I can't stand this, but like what's driving me nuts, and don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback right now of our generation. I think Joe Burrow's right below him. But this whole mantra that they're saying, oh, he's as good or better than Tom Brady. I'm like, dude, he's won 2 Super Bowls. Yes, I know he's won to 4 in 5 years. I get it. But 7 is a lot to be compared to. And you played with Tom Brady, or Corey. So does that comparison bug you as what? I mean, it bugs me because I'm a Joe Burrow fan, and I don't want him to get any more than the Burrow's going to get. But you play with Brady. What do you think?
Mahomes is nice as hell, man. That dude can play. But listen to me, bro. Ain't nobody getting no fucking 7 rings. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
I mean,
it's
crazy.
He got 2, and he's already the GOAT now. Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how is that already?
We gotta, and I'm not throwing shade on this dude. I think he's fucking electric. He's a great quarterback, good person. But man, I don't know how people are just skipping the process of things, man. Let his career play out, and at the end of the day, let's see how many rings he has. I'm just saying, I'm not hating. I'm just saying 7 championships for anybody is gonna be hard to do.
What if it's compared to now?
And if you get 8 or 7, man, then you're the GOAT, man, and that's as simple as that. But it's gonna be extremely hard, bro. I don't see nobody doing it. But you know what? I'm not gonna stop nobody's effort for trying to do it. So more power to all these quarterbacks who's out there striving to be like that. And we'll see what happens, man. I'm not gonna hate on these guys, man, for having that vision and passion of wanting to do it. But I'm just saying that's gonna be tough. It's hard getting 1.
But honestly, don't you think it's awful early? And Paul, you can answer this. Don't you think it's awful early to be comparing him to the greatest winner, greatest football player, however you want to put it, Tom Brady? He won 7. It's hard to compare him. Or some people are saying he's better than him. I'm like, how can you say that already?
Well, I don't think you're saying he's better than him in terms of longevity, because you can't. But you look at how the career has started, and you can see if he can have longevity, and particularly if he and Andy Reid can have longevity together, then
that's
it's like,
the question. How long is Reid going to be here?
How many can they get? The thing to me is, though, I mean, look around the AFC. It's great quarterbacks everywhere. So if he can continue to ascend over this group, when we're talking about Burrow and Lamar and Stroud and you name it, I mean, everybody's got Josh Allen. Like there's so many great quarterbacks that will have supporting casts up against him every year. If he can continue to do that, if he could equal Brady, I would say that he has surpassed him, because it's so much harder now than it even was then, because there's so much great quarterback play and all of that. And so you can see the early returns. Yeah, but a lot of players have had early returns. It's about when you start stacking. And don't forget, though, I mean, Brady had a long drought there.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, I
mean, 10 years. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that second wave late in his career,
Somebody,
You know,
some certain running back showing up too kind of helped.
Man.
well, yeah,
I
to
was,
finish
I
off
was
the
the
first one.
part of the era. Like the
Yes.
second part, the
Mm-hmm.
Edelmans and the Grunts came along, and things picked back up for him. So I get exactly what you're saying, Paul. Absolutely,
Mahomes is incredible. I mean, it's just
no doubt.
if he can do it in this era of young quarterbacks in the AFC
Right, I
on
agree with
repeat,
that.
then crown him. But
Yeah,
he's
not
got
now.
to go do it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm just tired of hearing all this stuff. Like, oh, he's as good as Tom Brady. I'm like, okay, yeah, start a career, yes, but quit saying he's as good as him. Maybe. I mean, I hope not, because I mean, I want Burrow to win a couple of them. So, I mean, I hope. I mean, I'm hoping Burrow isn't the Peyton Manning of of the Brady Manning. I'm hoping Burrow isn't the Manning. I'm hoping he becomes more of the Brady. But I mean, that would be two Super Bowls, which we don't have any. So I'll be glad to get one right now. But that's just the thing that I just think is just really weird. How quick Brady's only gone a year. This is the first year without him, and now they're like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, greatest quarterback we've ever seen. He's gonna win more than Tom Brady. I just let's just hold on a second.
What he's done this year without the weapons and having to go through the BS that has happened this year on that offense has been maybe one of his most impressive gigs, putting it together in this stretch run. I mean, I remember we were just talking about this on my podcast, is that, I spent a lot of time before that week 17 game studying why the Chiefs offense was struggling so much. And it was just so much poor play in the receiver position. And the fact
the ball.
what they have done since then, what he has helped lift them to do since then, and really 2 years after they trade away Tyreek Hill to win one and be back in the bowl is as impressive as anything he had done before that. And I think that's why you hear this conversation starting, because that's what Brady did. He reinvented himself. He did it with different people. He won in different ways. Right. And that's what the great ones have to have the longevity to do. So if Mahomes continues to do that like he has this year, which is what makes you think maybe he could, because I don't know if he can go do it with Rashee Rice and MBS and 35-year-old Travis Kelce, then what the hell happens when they draft more real weapons for him?
Right.
The reason this happened is it's all the Rappart's fault, because they decided to not run the ball anymore. That's like how this is the thing. It's like this is where I always get on where I think Burrow is the only player that's played up to Mahomes' level. Josh Allen has played good, but he's failed at it. Sorry, Lamar Jackson didn't play good at all on that team, and it's not that. It's just the way the team plays. It's like the Chiefs go up here, and everybody else kind of stays down here. And the only team that's been up there is the Bengals. Obviously not this year because we're injured. That's where I give us hope that next year we're healthy and we meet them in the AFC Championship game, hopefully in Cincinnati. That Joe Burrow and the Bengals got a chance to beat them again because they know how to do it. Now the thing is, they got to have their defense though, because that was one of the keys to winning that AFC Championship game, right? Paul?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I think inevitably it's going to come down to quarterback play. I mean, inevitably you got to have a dude that can bounce back and can handle it. But yeah, I mean, that's what gets often forgotten about that 21 run was all of those game-winning moments. All of those wins were set up by a defense that created turnovers to set those up. I mean, they were not game-winning Joe Montana and Super Bowl 23 drives.
Why you gotta bring that up, Paul? God.
Sorry. I mean, because I knew it's the one that people would remember the most. When I'm referring to, that's what people, I mean, that's when you think of the greats, that's what you think of. Well, that's not the way that those games went. The defense helped create those, and Burrow finished, but he finished on short fields and did it because the defense, they worked as a team. You have to have it all to beat Mahomes. Like, that's the difference. You have to have the complete package to beat him right now. He doesn't necessarily apparently have to have the complete package to beat you, which is kind of the scary thing, even when you do give him a decent defense.
Well, I would say this, man. You guys brought up something important. The competition in the AFC, man. That's where I'm saying it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be kind of hard to do. You still got to deal with the Baltimores in some fashion. He got to deal with the Bengals. We don't know what's gonna be going on out here west with Herbert and the new coach over here, man. So there's a lot of teams, and Buffalo. There's gonna be a threat to his throne every year. So And these teams, all these teams, I mean, Bengals always whip their ass now.
They have.
Always.
When they're healthy.
They always, give Kansas City the business. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's going to be tough, man. There's going to be a threat to his crown. So if he could play 20 years, man, and at the end of the day, man, and he's close, then there's a discussion, man. It's like it's going to be like the freaking LeBron and Michael Jordan.
There's no debate.
You know
It's Jordan. It's Jordan. There's no debate. It's Jordan.
I mean, so listen, I'm going to enjoy the process because there's going to be a lot of great football that's going to be played over the next 20 years. Hopefully, I'm freaking here. So, but dude, the Bengals is a threat to that crown, man. I'm dead serious. So we'll see.
Just let us get 10 years of Mahomes and Burrow healthy and let them duke it out.
And
kick your feet up and enjoy it. You know what I mean? I think that's all you want. I just want to see everybody stay healthy and let's see what it looks like. Like let's hash it out on the field. Let's not turn this into the college football playoff system. Right. You know what I mean? Let's just play. That's the beauty of the NFL. Is get everybody that's great healthy and let them go duke it out.
That's what's funny is like a lot of Chiefs fans come at me on Twitter and whatever. But if you actually talk to normal Chiefs fans that have DM'd me or whatever, a lot of them were like, hey, sorry that Burrow got hurt and blah, blah, blah. We were really looking forward to playing you. Real football fans want to see that. And that was the thing that was disappointing in the game that we went to Kansas City that Burrow wasn't playing in. Is those are when you have two quarterbacks like that going head to head, and it's been very, very even. Well, we've won most of them, but it's been very even. Those are fun to watch, and both sides enjoy the rivalry. That's why it's called a rivalry. That's what's fun about this.
Well, and we've sat here and talked about, right, everyone's talking now about how nobody can beat Mahomes except Burrow. Well, then that's the one that everybody wants to see. And it's the one dragon that Mahomes needs to slay a couple more times to get his immortality built up, that legacy, this Brady legacy that he's chasing. Because not until Brady put Manning totally in his rearview mirror did people talk about Brady that way. I mean, where now Brady's the clear GOAT. Well, not until he finally kind of moved on past that and had that next level of his career. That's probably going to be the next level for Mahomes, is needing to prove that he can slay the Burrow dragon multiple times when Burrow's there doing it. And the fact that Bengals fans can say they were there with a front row seat is super fun, that you get to really enjoy the best of what the NFL has to offer.
Yeah, I always like to remember Chiefs fans he's only beat Burrow once. Just remember this. One time he's only beat him. So anyway, Paul, you've been on for 43 minutes. You said 20 minutes. I appreciate you, man. Plug something before I let you go. If you got an article or anything you got coming out you want to plug?
You know what? The Athletic, you can always go to the Athletic and subscribe. And I've got tons of stuff up there right now. I mean, we've the mock off season's still there. Take your shot at it. You think you know how to fix it? Think you know how to be GM? Go give it a run. And I think it's a good primer for what. Did you do one, Ice?
No, I didn't do what. Well, I don't do math well, so
that's the best part. It does the math for you. All you got to do is pick the players. That's why I did it for people like you that don't want to have to pull out a calculator. It automatically does the math when you pick the players. That's why I did it.
I will have to do it then. I didn't realize that. But one thing, I got a bone to pick with Mo. Why in the hell is he wanting to cut BJ Hill so bad?
Oh yes, that was his big move. Well, he was trying to reinvest and go big. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but if you keep BJ and you add somebody to replace Larry O, then you have the same thing you had before.
I thought that we put him in his place well enough.
You did great.
And there's no doubt. I am a big believer that BJ Hill, less is more with BJ Hill.
Give
him a rotation guy, and BJ Hill is worth what you're paying him.
Yeah.
You can't make him go out there and play 77% of the snaps. That's too much for any dude on the inside to be doing. And so I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Good call.
I said the same thing with Henderson and Hubbard too. So, but anyway, I will get you out of here, Paul. I appreciate it. Take it easy.
Pleasure.
Corey, great to see you. Ice, have a great one.
Thanks, buddy. All right. What are you doing? You still awake?
Yeah, I'm up.
Augie's telling me I woke you up. He's like, damn right. It's 12 p.m. I don't make CD do breakfast. Let him sleep in. The man volunteered. volunteered. He told me an hour before the show. I said, "Hey, I can't come on the show today." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I go, "Hey, can you come on tomorrow?"
You're my good bud, bro. I'm not gonna leave you hanging, man. I had an appointment yesterday.
That's my dude.
And I felt bad because we usually do Monday, so I'm like, shit, man. I hop on tomorrow, man.
Well, funny thing is, I DM'd Paul and I said, "Hey, I think Corey's gonna come on with us." I said that, just to let you know. And I said, see you at 5:30. He said, yeah, that sounds great. He said, but I thought we were doing it at noon. I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah, I forgot. So then I had to text you back and say, we're doing it at noon. Can you do it then? So, yeah, it was.
Nah, bro. It's always a pleasure hopping on the airways, man. Like I said, man, it's the power of conversation, man. And that's what I love. I love talking and shit. Yep. Sharing some of my knowledge and getting information. So
Paul has always got your back. I mean, he's done multiple podcasts on your numbers and on your Hall of Fame numbers and Ring of Honor, and I think he can just rattle the stuff off. He's got it.
And he said some shit today that I didn't even know. So I'm like, wow, okay. So hey, man, I'm glad I came on. To be honest.
I'm always glad you come on. I like our conversations.
See now I can talk shit and say only me, Emmett, and Terrell Davis. See,
there you go. Boom, baby,
brother. No, I'm just playing.
Well, that's one thing.
That's a fun fact, though.
But that's the one thing with Terrell Davis. I mean, he got in. He got in on 2 seasons. I guess it was back-to-back Super Bowl MVP seasons. But that's it.
I mean, he's a good dude, man. I'm not hipping on.
No, but I'm not trying to throw shade on him. But I mean, that's the point of this whole thing is, why aren't you in? And he got in a while ago, and you had a longer career, more numbers, record breakers. You won the Super Bowl, all that stuff, and he got in. What's the problem here? Why is Corey in?
I said this about 10 years ago, man. It's all about being with these networks, man, and I think big part of his push was, he's been on the NFL Network and all these other stuff.
I think that's the reason Jim Thomas got it, I think. I think
that kind of propelled him in a different light where he was more visible and everybody, he kept his name relevant in those terms. So do I think he's a Hall of Famer? Yeah, of course. Man,
I'm not saying he's not. Yeah. No, yeah.
I back then, me being so anti social media, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to now seeing that, you know what, that helps the cause. You know what I mean? So I'm not hating on that fact. To be honest with you, I'm more late than ever on this shit. So I got a lot of catching up to do in those terms. But I do think that kind of helped him get that nod, though.
That's what the power of Strawberry Ice is. We're gonna get you the Ring of Honor and we're gonna get you a Hall of Fame.
There it is. Or you know what? I'm raising up out that casket like where mine at. So
like I said, you're gonna be like the Undertaker. Your eyes roll back.
I'll just
hey, rest.
Undertaker moves, man. I'll raise up on you, man.
You're gonna come out of the casket. Chuck Sam, come on, guys. Let's pull the tarp or the towel off the statue. And,
nah, man, it's all fun, man. It's like I said, it's all come together, man, and they just talking to different people and share different experiences and gaining information and sharing some of your stories, man. It's been fun. Last year up to this date, man, it's been a journey, and it's getting better. I like it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you, a year ago, I did not think I'd be friends with Corey Dillon. So
we are friends.
Hey, what? Yeah, you sent me this. Of course, we're friends.
Hey, man, I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. Nah, man, Jeff. I tell you what, man. It's been, dude. It's been fun, man. Hey, bro. We had different conversations off air. So, you know what I mean. So, dude, I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't have thought it either, man. That I'd be this in tune with people from Cincinnati. So, man, like I said, it's been a good experience for me as well, man.
Yeah, it's been fun. And like I said, shout out to the big Savage Greg. He's the one that first messaged you, and then I did. And so,
yeah,
that's always.
And we could take the shows, we could take the podcast out the equation, man. You my dog. We cool. You cool people with me.
It's my dude.
There it is. Bye bye.
With a long distance fist bump. So,
There it is.
are you going to come down? I don't know. I know you're coming for the golf outing. Are you coming for the draft show at Midwest Best? I don't know if you've.
I got wind of that's what we might want to do. So
Okay.
yeah, so
I'll
we're gonna make efforts to get to that as well.
Yeah,
So.
I wasn't sure if you're coming or not. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, and it's an excuse to go eat some delicious chicken wings, Corey. I
ain't turning down no barbecue. Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tear it up.
All right, man. Before I let you go here, all right. I know who I want to win. Actually, I want them both to lose, but that's not going to actually happen. I don't want the Chiefs to win. But honestly, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year? Do you think the 49ers are the ones that are favored, but the Chiefs haven't been favored the whole time, and Andy Reid's going to use that? Oh, nobody believes in us, and he's going to rally the troops, and yada yada yada. And I don't know who you got.
I see the Chiefs playing a villain role right now, and underdog. They gonna ride with that momentum and stuff like that, man. And I say this only because I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift. and I know this is gonna make your ass shoot fire. I know, Jeff, but I actually do want Frisco to win. Just on this occasion, because and be honest with you, man, right now I think to be real, I think San Francisco got the better offense, man. No doubt.
They got the better offense. I mean, I hate to say Kansas City's got the better quarterback.
They got the better quarterback, but they got the better offense in this equation. And the Chiefs may have a little slight better defense, but San Francisco defense ain't no chumps either. So
it's gonna be a good. I'm hoping it's gonna be a good Super Bowl. I mean, I'll put it this way: whether I want to or not, I know I'm gonna be rooting for the Sucky Niners because I really don't want Mahomes to get another one. I really don't want the Chiefs to get another because for me, like I said, this whole thing is Brady Manning again, and I don't want Burrow to be Manning. I want him to be up there. Exactly. Right. Up there with Mahomes. If he gets 3 on him already, and Burrow hasn't got 1 yet, and it's like that's gonna be tough to catch him. So that's where I'm like, I want the 49ers to win, and plus, trust me, I might have to stay off Twitter for like a day or two because Chiefs fans are gonna come after me. Like,
man, hey, bro, you better leave them alone.
Dude, I don't even do anything. I posted a picture. I guess because Joe Burrow is going to have a commercial, and Chiefs fans come after me on that. I'm like, and I didn't even say Chiefs. I just said, hey, Joe Burrow's going to be in a Super Bowl commercial. Oh, that's close as you're going to get to the Super Bowl. Oh, maybe he'll win that one. It's a fucking commercial, people. Calm down.
Wow, they came at you like that, bro?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Hey, man, you can't take that stuff too serious, man.
I don't. Oh, trust me, I don't.
Hey, man. Hey, I done heard some wild shit on there, too. I'll just be like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's unless they start ever coming after my family or anything. That's when I'll start getting pissed. But
there you go.
You can make fun of me all you want.
It's all in fun, and people are entitled to their opinion, man. And that's what it's created for, man. Free speech. So
exactly.
On that note, that's where I kind of leave it. I don't take stuff too serious, man. So
I'm too old for that shit.
Jeff, hey, before you do anything with your thumbs tweeting out, take a deep breath, brother.
Okay, thanks, Corey. And this is woosah. And this I was going to do the Saturday Live, and this is Deep Thoughts with Corey Dillon.
There you go, man. And hey, listen, man. If people gonna hate regardless, I say if you ain't got a couple more fucking haters by the end of today, something's wrong.
Hey, haters gonna hate. It's all right. I'll still be here every day, Monday through Friday, and every Monday with Corey. Sometimes
Tuesdays too.
Sometimes Tuesdays. So Corey, if we keep doing this during the summertime, you're gonna have to really start watching baseball so we can get back into your baseball flow. So
man, I used to play. I got you.
I know. Here, look, Joey Carr's got you. Woosah.
There it is.
Quoting Bad Boys again. All right, man. Hey, by the way, the cocoa butter looks good. I like that.
Oh, man, man. Hey, you leave my salt and pepper alone, bro. I'm telling you.
Dude, I got more grit than you do. I don't know.
Hey man, I'm cutting it off tonight. So don't worry. Don't worry.
He's like, tonight.
Tonight is coming off.
Oh God! All right, Corey, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, getting up this early. You didn't have to do it. I appreciate you, man.
Man, I want to do it for you, bro. Don't even worry about it.
You're my dude. I will see you next Monday. We'll be talking about the winner of the Super Bowl. I hope to God it's the 49ers and not the freaking Chiefs, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see. We shall see.
Appreciate you, brother. Who day?
All right, bro. Have a good one.
You too, man. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Mid-afternoon delight, because that's what Paul Dehner could do it, and just so happened that Corey wasn't able to come on yesterday, so he came on today, and I thought it was a pretty good discussion there, because Paul Dehner is a big-time backer for Corey Dillon to be into the Hall of Fame. So if you guys missed any of that conversation, go back, rewatch it when it's over. It was a really good conversation. You also check out the podcast. Anyway, thank you for watching, and once you get done with this, do me a favor. Go over out to the east side. I know I'm a west side, but go out to the east side and go check out the best barbecue place in the city. Midwest Best, baby. They got Uno wings. They got G-Funk. They got CTB wings. They got delicious chili. Dude, it is awesome. Go check out Midwest Best. I might have to go out there for a midday snack because it's already past lunchtime. But, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys checking it out, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscriptions, share it out. I've been live streaming on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble. And I'll be pulling this out, putting it on the podcast later on tonight. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play. Pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. You can follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. This week, Thursday, we have Graham Ashcraft. Graham Ashcraft is going to be on my show Thursday. Now, we're going to be giving away 2 Cincinnati Red Graham Ashcraft autograph cards. They are provided to us by Reds Daily. So what you need to do to win these cards, just like all the other giveaways I do, go to ZTV Online, find the spot there where it's on there for the giveaway. Sign up. Do me a favor, subscribe to the show because I'm going to give it away on the show. Give Reds Daily a follow on Instagram and Facebook because they're the reasons we got the cards. And you guys can watch the show Thursday, and we will be giving them away. It's going to be a lot of fun. I reached out. Sounds like Buck Farmer might be on my show next Friday. So got a lot of cool stuff. Cool guests coming up. And we're going to have to go watch the freaking Chiefs. I agree, ZTV. Best wings ever. I agree. All right, guys. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Throw it up. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!